What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Trill Collector, man, coming to you guys, another figure review. Hey, man, I just want to say thank you guys, man, for the likes and comments on the Fear of Android Kuji review. That really means a lot, man. Your boy, that was one of the Kuji sets that I really wasn't expecting to get, but, I got it for like a hell of a steal, to be honest. So I couldn't pass that up, right? But this guy right here, another story, man. I'm just being honest with you. So before we get into it, man, I just want to say welcome to the channel, to all the new subscribers on the channel. Thank you for likes, comments, and reaching out to me on my social media pages, man. It really means a lot. And if you just happen to be on YouTube, man, and stumble across your boys' reviews, go ahead and hit that like button, man, that notification bell, or that, hit that subscribe button. It helps. Every little bit helps the channel grow, man. So really be appreciative of that, man. You guys are really going to be in for some awesome stuff over here. It's genuine, it's authentic, it's nothing fake, it's nothing made up. Everything is 100% what you see is what you get, right? So before we get into it, man, I'm gonna give you a little backstory about this guy. But before we do that, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm just really excited about this figure, man. Here is the box for the Prize D History of the Films Turles, man, from the Ichiban Kuji lottery that came out last week on the 4th. So August 4th, 2022. So as always, here is the Toei Stick of Authenticity. Here is a really awesome kind of like over the head shot view of Turles there. As you guys can see, that's him in full pose. And then of course, Dragon Ball History of the Film Turles, right? So before we get into this, man, I do have the Prize A Gohan, Prize B Goten, Beerus. I do have a cooler coming, but I'm not sure if it's meta or regular. So I'll be doing a review of those once they all come in at one time. But this guy here, man, I could not wait to crack him open and to review him on the channel. So this figure here, man, really, this character, should I say, really holds like a sentimental place in my heart, man. I know that may sound kind of corny for a fictional character, but the reason being is because of this. Because I remember growing up, man, I was about 7 years old, man, and I grew up in a small town right outside of Houston, and when I was growing up, bro, and this may sound kind of cliche or funny, but like I didn't have cable, like I didn't have satellite or nothing, right? But we didn't care, my brother and I, we didn't care. We was, as long as we can watch Power Rangers on Fox Kids after school, or get up on CBS and watch Saturday morning cartoons or whatever, we really wasn't tripping, right? So anyway, with that being said, we're getting off the bus one day and we're running to the house to try and catch Power Rangers that came out at 4:30 on Fox, right? And if any of you guys are my age, man, 90s kids, man, early 90s, you knew how important Power Rangers was back then. That was the show, right? So we get home, we drop our backpacks at the door, we get the remotes, and we flipping through the channels to get the Fox. So we're getting on our way looking for Power Rangers, right? We come across a show on Telemundo or Univision. And if you're unfamiliar with that, Telemundo is like the Mexican/Hispanic broadcasting networks, right? I know it's nationwide, but it's really big here in Texas, right? But we see this show on Telemundo, right? We don't know what it was, or Univision, whatever it was called. We don't know what this cartoon is, but it's something that we've never seen before. It's not like Power Rangers, not like Ninja Turtles. It's not like any of that stuff. Transformers, Beast Wars. It's nothing like what we watched, right? It was just something totally different. And so we're sitting here watching this, man. And I'll never forget the first scene that I saw was when Turles bit the fruit from the tree of might, and he bulked up and like just smashed like Goku's face, man. Like I remember that like it was like yesterday, right? And I'm like, damn, I definitely got to get into this. And so me and my brother, we're sitting there watching it, don't understand a word of Spanish that they're speaking or whatever, but we just knew that this was something totally different. And from that point on, that's when the Trio Collector was born, man. That's when my passion for this stuff really grew, was because of Tree of Might in Spanish on Telemundo or Univision, whatever station it was. But that's the reason that's how I got into my passion for Dragon Ball, man. So that's a little backstory about it. This character, Turles, he's a what if / doppelganger of Goku. He's the original Goku Black. He's the original evil version of Goku. He's a what if character, meaning like, is this what Goku would look like if Planet Vegeta was never destroyed and he never got sent to Earth? Is this how he would look if him and his brother Raditz teamed up with Vegeta and Nappa and started, conquering worlds in the name of Frieza and the Frieza Force and stuff? This is kind of what he looked like. This is what Goku would look like if he was evil, right? Back then. So Tree of Might, man, this is about a movie about this Saiyan named Turles, who goes around the galaxy and he looks for planets that is suitable enough for him to plant the seed for the Tree of Might. The Tree of Might bears this fruit that whoever eats it gains immense strength, right? Like, they'll be pretty much unbeatable, okay? And that's the whole point of the movie. He finds Earth. He sees that Earth is fertile enough to plant the seeds for the Tree of Might, and so he can get his fruit, man, and become the strongest warrior in the universe. Pretty much is what's the whole movie based off of. So of course, in that movie, there's a lot of cliche stuff like Gohan sees him and Gohan thinks that that's his dad and all of that. Gohan gets kidnapped by Turles, yada, yada, yada. Goku ends up defeating Turles. The Tree of Might ends up, going away, yada, yada, yada. And peace on Earth, right? That's pretty much what it is. But this movie was ahead of its time. I'm just being honest with it. I mean, it really was. It was one of those movies that was just really, really awesome. In my opinion, a lot of those older DBZ movies was the truth, man. Tree of Might, World's Strongest, Dead Zone, Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan, Fusion Reborn, all of those movies, man, to me were like the absolute best. All of the new stuff, Resurrection of F, Battle of Gods, Super Broly, Superhero, not really. I mean, I like them, don't get me wrong, but it's nothing like that old school stuff, man. And I'm really glad that they went back and finished that off by giving us this iconic character. So getting into this piece, man, it's a really awesome piece. I'm just being honest. There's nothing that I can really say bad about it. I do have a few little blemishes on it though, but it's nothing that's really too bad. I don't think you guys can really even see that, really. But like right above where his neck meets his Saiyan armor, there's like a few little blemishes there, but it's nothing really, really bad. One thing about it, I love how they contrast the different colors of blue, different shades of blue in his Saiyan armor. I think that's pretty awesome. Even giving his skin the darker tone like he did in the Tree of Might, I think that's pretty cool. And even as far as going with the textured fruit from the tree, you can see like the stippling on the fruit itself, man. I think that's really, really awesome as well. Now the Scouter, really nothing too big or too major about it. I think it's just like the same Scouter that Vegeta has from the Vegeta, which I have him to compare. So I think that's really cool. There's nothing really major about it. The detail on Turles' hands, as you guys can see, like that is really awesome. And that being said, a lot of these Kujis now have really went down in quality, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like this one, for the character, is really a decent quality figure, right? The only complaint that I have about it, I'm gonna be honest with you, is that this part right here, I can just yank him up, right? He is a two-piece figure, as you guys can see. But this part, his lower body, I feel should be a little bit more snug, connecting to the upper half of his body, right? If you guys know anything about the Grandista Bardock, the first Grandista Bardock, his upper body and lower body was like really loose, right? And this is kind of what I get from this Turles figure. There is no gapping, thank God, because I think his tail kind of hides that really well. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have any gapping on it, so I think that's pretty good. But other than that, man, that's the only complaint that I have about it. His hair, as you can see, really nothing major, just standard Goku mold hair. Only thing that I wish they would have done was add like a little bit of detail right there. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I can't complain about it. I'm gonna be honest with you. So I'm happy to have a Turles figure in my collection. I'm gonna be honest with you. Turles that I know of does not have any Kuji figure, any kind of like Kujis prior to this one. I don't think there really is too many figures of Turles. I know that we're getting an SH Figure Arts Akula later in the year. I mean, Akula or Turles, later in the year. But other than that, I don't think there is any. Now, I've seen a lot of awesome customs done of Turles, right? And I'm not gonna knock anybody that likes customs, because like I say, some of them are like damn good customs, man. I have a buddy of mine in my Facebook group who has, some of the most awesome Turles customs that I've seen in a long time, right? Or ever, should I say. But one thing about me is that customs are cool, right? But I'm more of an official collector, right? Because a custom is only what you base the value off of, or whoever puts the work in for the custom, that's the value of it. Versus if you have an authentic product, right? You know what the value is. You kind of got an idea what the resale value will be off of it. But when it comes to like customs and stuff, it's kind of based off what you put in it as the value. You know what I'm saying? So didn't think we was gonna ever get a Turles figure. I thought for sure we are gonna get Raditz before Turles. But nonetheless, man, I'm happy that we have him. And with this bad boy being here now, I know Raditz is right around the corner. I'm just being honest. He's right around the corner, man. I don't know when. I don't know how they're going to implement him or whatever, but I think he's right around the corner, y'all. I'm being honest. So pricing-wise for this guy, if you guys are wondering, I've seen him go on eBay for like 120 at the height. At the height, he was like 150, and that was like last week. But I've been following the trends, and he's starting to drop to like 120 right now. That's where he's staying at. Him and Janemba are like the highest right now. Beerus, everybody else, all of these figures right now are like dropping in price. They're not dropping drastically, but they are dropping to where they'll be a little bit more inexpensive and affordable if you guys are interested in them. So, I got a few figures here. This is how I have him displayed. I have him displayed, of course, with the Prince of All Saiyans here. Of course, I should have him over here like this, really. And of course, with the Grand Visor for the Prince of All Saiyans, right? So, I think this is a pretty decent setup, pretty dope setup, man. I'm just being honest with you. 3 space pirates, man, with their scouters and everything. I think that's a really awesome setup. I'm really in search of now a Grandista Bardock, so I can have him with his Saiyan armor with his scouter, so all these guys could be lined up together. So I think that'll be a pretty awesome display, man. But he really scales well with these other 2 Saiyans, man. He really does, and I'm really happy to have him in my collection. I think he really brings the Saiyan display, the history of films display together, and I think he'll be a really great addition to anybody's collection. I'm just being honest with you guys, man. Turles, man, I would definitely recommend you guys pick him up because we don't have a Turles figure besides this one that I know of. Another thing too that you might want to know about is that the history of films is not getting an overseas release. It will not be coming to the States. Back to the Films did, history of films won't, right? So it kind of keeps that kind of exclusivity type element to it, only being bound to Japan. I don't know why they did that or chose to do that. I'm really not sure, because a lot of these films are popular over here in the West, but I don't know if it's to do with like money or something or what, or if they feel like it won't sell as good over here, or I don't know. But I just know that the history of films will not be getting an overseas release. So, that's kind of like a bummer for that. Now, the Fear of Android, of course, will be getting an overseas release. Dragon Ball Superhero Kuji getting overseas release. So, we have two great things to look forward to in the coming months. So be on the lookout for those as well. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna give you guys some things to look forward to. I'll be reviewing the, like I said, the rest of the history of films, Kujis, as they come. So hopefully I get everybody within the same week, so I can do the other 4 that I have coming, or 5 that I have coming, together. So that'll be Gohan, Goten, Beerus, Cooler, and there's somebody else I'm thinking. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, so as soon as I get those guys, I'll be doing a review over those as well. But yeah, man, just definitely go out there, man. Pick this bad boy up. I think you guys are definitely enjoying, man. He really looks good in any display, man. I'm just being honest with you. I think he's an awesome piece. He's an awesome character, and I applaud Bandai, Ichiban Kuji, History of Films, for putting this character out, man. This was a solid win, man, from the Trio Collector. So, as always, man, if you guys are on Facebook, head over there, man, and join up with Smash Collecting, S.M.A.S.H Collecting, and you can get this figure inbox home my guys overseas. You can get this piece, man, and many other figures that you guys may want from those guys over there in Japan or other side of the world, man, Europe, wherever, and they can definitely hook you guys up with that. If you are on Instagram, hit me up at Trill_Collector512, man, so we can definitely see my collection in its entirety. Inbox me questions you may have about this figure and all of that. So we're gonna go ahead and end the review, man. I know this was a little bit long, but this was one of my this is a sentimental piece of my collection. Like it truly is. This is a figure that a character that I never thought would have a Kuji release, but here he is. So as we end it, man, this is the Ichiban Kuji History of Films Prize D Turles, man, from the Trio Might. So as always, man, this is the Trio Collector signing off. As always, keep it Trio and keep collecting. Until next time, bye.